Hello scrappers and planet lovers, Tin Man here with another video. So kind of an interesting find. Found this rice cooker the other day, just running errands. It was at the side of the road, and they are an interesting item. I have only found a few of them, but they are going to be something worth scrapping. I could actually bring this in as is and get appliance weight price or electronic weight price. It's about 5 cents a pound Canadian. This thing weighs 5 pounds, 9 ounces as is. But just looking at this, there is a really cool retractable cord that does come out of here. There are some other goodies inside of there. I did put a magnet on it. It was magnetic, so there is going to be some tin as well as other good items. So going to take it apart today, show you what's inside. As mentioned, don't come across them often, but it does just go and show that you can find anything and everything while scrapping. So want to go inside, see what I have, show you how to identify the material, and more importantly, how to separate it properly and divert as much of this away from the landfill as possible. So this looks as original as it gets, made in Japan. It's a neuro fuzzy. It's got a whole bunch of settings on it. For the sake of time, I have already removed the 4 bottom screws, and one of the screws actually did require the L key security set. You can see that bolt there does have the little nub on it. So I did have to use that to get off the last screw. This bottom does come off. There it is. This unfortunately is plastic, but gonna have to make sure this goes into the garbage. Unfortunately here in southwestern Ontario, my municipality will not take this as recycling. And I will include final breakdown weights for this after in my comment section. But noticing just the bowl here, it does have some magnetic attraction. There is right here as well some magnetic attraction. On the top lid, what's interesting about this is if I open it up, and I am just gonna pop this up a little bit, there we go. This top here is actually aluminum. This is actually a lot like one of those steamers that we have, or slow cookers. A lot of the tops are aluminum. The bottom here does have a really nice tin shell. So I think I'm not gonna have to do a lot of work with this. There is as well on the bottom, this little bowl here is also gonna be aluminum. So gonna first start with the cord. I have cut it. This is gonna be classified as 40% appliance wire. And currently right now in London, Ontario, this is going for $1.75 a pound. So a nice price. It does also have some brass plug ends on it. You can see some people leave these on for the weight. Some people take them off, as I do. I put them into a bucket and I get brass price right now going for $3.45 a pound. So easy way to maximize your profit there. I just fold it off with a pair of side cutters. Even though that is small, I do have a nice big 4-liter bucket that is full of just your prongs like this. So it does add up for sure. I do have a few screws here that I do want to remove just to make this a little bit easier. As mentioned, this is actually just kind of out of curiosity. You know, as mentioned, I don't find a lot of these, but you know, it is kind of cool breaking these down, seeing what's inside of them. Not sure if we actually have a rice cooker here at the house. I think we've used it twice. So don't use it often, unfortunately, but they are a cool machine for sure. But again, not sure what happened to this one, but due to its condition, it looks like it's been used quite often, so that is good. And I am glad I was able to pick it up to be able to divert it away from the landfill. So last screw that I want to pull off here. Okay, there are a lot of wires as well. So this was the inner button. Okay, so this was what was in the center that you just saw. You can see that does snap. There is going to be just here some brass connectors. I do want to put a magnet to this. This is non-magnetic. So this is either going to be aluminum or non-magnetic stainless steel. So what I have to do for this is I'm going to hit this with a grinder. If it sparks, it's going to be stainless steel. If it doesn't spark, it's going to be aluminum. Non-magnetic stainless steel right now going for about 77 cents a pound. Aluminum, clean aluminum going for about 50 cents a pound. So I do have my grinder set up right here. Just going to check right now. So that definitely sparked. So stainless steel here. So that's nice. Put that off to the side. Okay, inside here, last few bolts that I want to get. Okay, but I'm almost actually, I think, complete this. And actually, this does kind of remind me a lot of air fryers. Okay, so they do have a lot of the same kind of tear down components. I will include the link to those videos in my description, but just pulling out the inner bowl here, there are a few wires. Just gonna cut these, and this whole bowl in the inside should come out. And the nice thing is this frame is all that's left inside of that. You can see it is magnetic, so that's gonna give me tin or shred pipe price. So I'm actually just gonna leave this right on here. I don't have to take off the plastic, so gonna add that to the weight. But I can throw this now into my tin. I'm not gonna get appliance price to that. So that is good. I do wanna make sure I get that off. As well, inside here is a small circuit board that I wanna cut out as well. So just grabbing this, little bit of wire, grab as much of this as I can. This wire here is going to be very tiny. I am not going to throw all of this wire into appliance wire because it is very, very small. A scrapyard may look at this and downgrade. So I actually throw little wires like this, as well as some ticker tape that comes off of this, into a separate bag. I have a bag of low grade or mixed wire. I get about 25 to 30 cents a pound for that. If I was to throw this into my appliance wire, so like this people at the scrapyard may downgrade me. So if in doubt, I say with all of my scrap, if in doubt, have it separate. The least or the worst that's gonna happen is the people at the scrapyard are just gonna take it and combine it anyway. If it is all mixed, and it shouldn't be mixed, they don't have the time to sort it, so they will just downgrade you to low grade price. So if in doubt, separate. The rest of this circuit board, there really isn't much to this. There is a small little battery that you see there. I am going to recycle that. Unfortunately, the scrapyards do not give me any money for those puck style lithium batteries, but they will take them free of charge to recycle them. So that is nice. There is a small relay box right here. As well, there is a nice MOSFET right here. I'm just gonna pull this up. Hopefully I can pry that up. It looks like it's kind of stuck on there, but these MOSFETs right here, this is another example of number 2 copper. I have had some people say that these are rejected at their scrapyard. The people at scrapyard say there's too much plastic on it. If I was to break this open, there is a little bit of copper in here. And to those people that have them rejected, I would make sure you bring them somewhere else. You will find a buyer given the demand and price of copper. But just want to show you inside. Just going to break it with a hammer. There you go. See, there is a little bit of plastic, but as you can see, that is copper. And that's number 2 copper, currently right now going for $4.68 a pound. So again, there are different styles. Some of them do have a metallic top at the top. Some, like this one, are all plastic. And if you really are in doubt, you could separate them in 2 different containers as well. But again, these are number 2 copper. Okay, the rest of this board here, not gonna actually take anything else off. I don't see any real copper or any other types of goodies other than that little relay box. Gonna take that. There is a small little spool, just gonna break it open to show you. I often talk about places to find free silver. So there you go, a small little spool of copper. But if I break this open, there is also gonna be a few spots where there are connections. So notice right there, that little smudge there on that circle is silver. The rest of that little arm is copper. There's gonna be another one inside of there too, but easy place to find silver. I just cut those off. I have a nice big medicine jar, if you will, of little dots like that. Hopefully one day get the silver recovery from it. But relay boxes, I do have a video showing you other places to find free silver. So I will include as well the link to that video in my description. This circuit board, all these little buttons that you hear, there is a small bit of silver in that as well. I don't take the time to take it out. It's very small, very difficult to get to those. So I will leave this as is. Get e-waste price for this. 5 cents a pound for this circuit board. There's no real precious metals on here, so it is gonna be just low grade. But important, I do wanna make sure that I get that little puck style battery, put it into my little container, and make sure the people at the scrapyard get that so it doesn't go in the water system. Okay, other than that, that is it on this side. The lid, just gonna see if I can pull this off. There it is, there's one. So gonna put a magnet to this. There is my magnet, I think it went somewhere. There it is, hidden on here. So wanna open this in a second as well, but you can see this plate, non-magnetic. So again, another piece of clean aluminum. I do have to remove the screws. If I don't, I'm gonna get dirty aluminum and downgraded. So remove those screws, but this is gonna be clean sheet aluminum, 55 cents a pound or 50 cents a pound for that. The lid here, again, this is actually now another layer. This is also gonna be aluminum, so 2 layers of aluminum there. It does have a couple screws I have to remove, but that is it. Once I remove that, gonna leave the rest, get the tin price. My bowl, look at that. This is right here, non-magnetic here, but it is magnetic when I turn it over. There is gonna be a heating element or heating coil that runs through this. And because it is welded like that, I'm not gonna try and cut that to remove that magnetic strip out of there. Some of your hot plates, for example, and other plates like this, I just did a sandwich cooker, for example. If the coil is exposed, very easy to pop that out using just a flathead screwdriver or a small little pry bar. But because there is that, I'm not gonna waste a grinding disc on it. I'm just gonna throw this right into dirty aluminum. Get about 15 cents a pound for this. So better than nothing, but again, very difficult to get at that magnetic heating element. So gonna leave that, and this is heavy. So the nice thing is the weight on this is going to offset the cost or the price of clean aluminum. Last thing, want to open up this. There is a small screw. I am interested in this. It is magnetic on the outside, so a little bit more tin, but I'm hoping something good inside. Got to get that screw, make sure it's completely out. There is some little wire connected to it, but here we go. Just going to see. Oh, I know what it is. It is the remaining, whoa, snap. That's why I am glad I'm wearing safety glasses. So very simple, or very similar to your retractable vacuum cleaner cords. The rest of this cord there is, notice right there, some copper extension on there. These you do have to be careful, obviously, with that spring. There is gonna be a small little spring kickback that you saw there. So be careful of that, but was not expecting that. But the nice thing as well, inside, just like your vacuum cleaners, there is some brass ringed here as well. And all I do for that is I will just grab a knife, pop it up, get out that little bit of brass, okay? It doesn't weigh a lot, but it all adds up. So there we go. There's gonna be 2 of those. So nice brass again, add to my pile. And the rest of this gonna be tin. So that was actually pretty simple, pretty quick, but a rice cooker, again, have a nice piece of tin here, another piece of aluminum. This is gonna be dirty aluminum for this. And I may actually see how easy it is to cut this. I don't think it's gonna be easy at all, given the thickness. Actually, I'm not, because I don't wanna waste a grinding disc on that, but that is very thick. So dirty aluminum because of that magnetic attraction. Lots of tin here, a little bit of sheet aluminum. Again, nice 40% appliance wire, small little circuit board, and again, another item diverted from the landfill. So again, rice cookers, don't come across them often, but given what I just got out of this, I wish I did. But again, no matter, still found this one, was able to divert it from the landfill. So hope you enjoyed that. Please continue with the questions, comments. I try to get back to people as quick as I can. Love working with this scrapping community, answering those questions, and trying to make an environmental impact, as well as helping people monitor their profits. So again, a rice cooker, thanks for watching. Please comment down below, like, share, subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one. Tin Man out.